Hi and welcome to another session of accountancy with me Vishwanath sir for the 12th standard. Today I shall be taking one more sum in regard to the comparative balance sheet and strengthen our position in regard to the understanding of this particular topic. Okay, as we know that this is a common size statement which we are doing, and the basic format is your previous year's figures come first, your current year's figures come next. Then we find out what is the percentage in relation to the total assets or total liabilities of the previous year, then the percentage of the total assets or the total liabilities of the current year. So this is how your columns are spread. Now let us go to this particular sum where the figures are put in such a way that the current year's figure is put first and the previous year is put in the next. So we have to rearrange this whole thing and write down the figures of 2019 first and then write down the figures of 2020. Okay, let us take the first figure. Your share capital of 2019 is 2,74,000, while as your total liabilities, that is your equity plus liabilities, is 14,20,000. So 2,74,000 is your share capital. So 2,74,000 divided by 14,20,000 multiplied by 100, which will give you 19.3%. Okay, or 19.30. Okay, so that is your share capital. Then we go to reserves and surplus. Your reserves and surplus is 1,52,000. So 1,52,000 you will divide it by the total equity and the liabilities of that particular year, which is 14,20,000. So 1,52,000 divided by 14,20,000 will give you 10.70. So your reserves and surplus percentage of the balance sheet of the previous year is 10.70. From here I go to the non-current liabilities. In the non-current liabilities, they have given us a breakup in the in the notes. It is divided into bank loan and 9% debentures. The bank loan is 1 lakh, so it will be 1 lakh divided by 14,20,000 multiplied by 100, which will give you 7.04%. Okay, so that was your bank loan. Your 9% debentures value is 5,96,000. So it is 5,96,000 divided by 14,20,000. 14,20,000 multiplied by 100. So that is 41.97%. Now coming to the next, your current liabilities and your provisions are 2,98,000. How much are they? 2,98,000. 2,98,000 you divide by the total of the equity and the liability, or the total of your assets, because your total of your assets will be equal to your total of your liabilities and equity. That is 14,20,000. So 2,98,000 divided by 14,20,000, you put the percentage figure, that is 20.99 in your third column of your previous year. From your equity and liabilities and which is divided into shareholders funds and non-current liabilities and current liabilities and provisions, we will go to assets. Here your assets are divided into two parts, that is your non-current assets and your current assets, and your non-current assets are further divided into fixed, tangible and non-current investments. So let us take this up. So your figure of your fixed assets is 5,68,000. So you take 5,68,000 divided by the total assets, which is 14,20,000. So 5,68,000 divided by 14,20,000 multiplied by 100 will give you 40%. Okay. After that we got non-current investments of 6,000. So 6,000 divided by 14,20,000 multiplied by 100, which is 0.42. Okay, so that was your non-current investments and your fixed assets in your non-current assets. Now let us come to the current assets of the previous year, in which you have got inventories 4,26,000. So 4,26,000 divided by the total assets or the total liabilities and equity, which is 14,20,000, and multiplied by 100. So that will give you 30%. After that, we will go to the trade receivables. The trade receivables is 3,30,000. 3,30,000 divided by the total, that is 14,20,000 multiplied by 100, which will give you 23.24%. Then you got cash and cash equivalent of the previous year, which is 80,000. 80,000 divided by 14,20,000, which is the total of your assets. Okay, that will give you 5.64%. And finally, you got your other current assets, which is 10,000. So 10,000 divided by 14,20,000 multiplied by 100. That is 0.70%. So what have we done so far? We have finished with the previous year's percentage figures. Now let us come to the current year. Okay, your current year total of your liabilities is 8,60,000, whereas your total of your assets is also 8,60,000. So your denominator and the base will always be 8,60,000 throughout. So let us take share capital first. Your share capital hasn't changed, it is 2,74,000 only. So but here the denominator has changed to 8,60,000. So 2,74,000 divided by 8,60,000 will give you 31.86%. Coming to the next, it is reserves and surplus, which is 70,000. So it is 70,000 divided by 8,60,000 multiplied by 100. 70,000 divided by 8,60,000 multiplied by 100. Okay, that is 8.14%. Okay, 8.14%. After which we will go to the bank loan. The bank loan is 2,32,000. So 2,32,000 divided by 8,60,000. Remember, 8,60,000 is the base. 8,60,000 is the base. So 2,32,000 divided by 8,60,000 multiplied by 100, which will give you 26.98%. Then you have got 9% debentures, which is 2,06,000. Again 2,06,000 divided by the base. Base is the denominator, that is the total of your liabilities and equity or your total of your assets, that is 8,60,000, which will give you 23.95%. Finally, we have got current liabilities and provisions, which is 78,000. So 78,000 divided by 8,60,000 multiplied by 100, which will give you 9.07%. So if you total up your percentage column of your current year's figures, it will total to 100. Now let us go to the assets. Assets are 4,30,000, that is your fixed assets. You will divide that by 8,60,000 and multiply by 100, which will give you exactly 50%. Then you have got your non-current investment, which is 4,000. 4,000 you divide by 8,60,000 and multiplied by 100, that is 0.46. After which we will go to the current assets, and the first item in your current assets is inventory, which is 2,16,000. 2,16,000. So that is 2,16,000 multiplied by 8,60,000 upon 100, which will give you 25.12%. Your trade receivables is 1,40,000. 1,40,000 divided by 8,60,000 multiplied by 100, that is 16.28%. Then you have got cash and cash equivalent, which is 65,000. So 65,000 divided by 8,60,000 multiplied by 100. Okay, that will give you 16.28%. Then we have got cash and cash equivalent, which is 65,000. So 65,000 divided by 8,60,000 multiplied by 100, which is 7.56%. Okay, then you have got your other current assets, which are your prepaid expenses, that is 5,000. So 5,000 you divide by 8,60,000 multiplied by 100, you will get 0.58%. If you total your current year assets, it will total to 100. Okay, I hope you've understood this sum. Thank you so much. This is Vishwanath sir signing off.